This is crazy. The Palantir team just shocked everyone today. It seems like the tariffs have a different goal, and Palantir might be at the center of it. Analysts are dropping their signals. Will this finally push Palantir to $200? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir's chart has been really volatile today, mostly because of the tariffs, as you all know, but with Palantir it was a bit different. But wait, I know, it's kind of crazy and hypes you up, but hear me out. Right now, everyone's talking about Trump's new tariff stuff. This is actually the reason why Palantir's price is volatile today. It's all over the place. Some people think it's good, others think it's bad, but mostly, people are nervous. There's this big worry floating around that it could slow down the market, maybe even trigger some pullbacks. But here's the thing. Your first thought might be, wait, is Palantir going to get hit by this? Is this the kind of thing that'll mess with the stock and send it crashing? Totally fair question. But here's where it gets wild. Today, the Palantir team dropped something huge on Twitter. And get this, turns out, these tariffs might actually have a different effect for Palantir. Like an actual advantage. Sounds backwards, right? But it makes a lot more sense once you see the bigger picture. I'm gonna break it all down later in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. But first, now let's talk about something that might have a huge connection to Donald Trump's tariffs. Elon Musk's latest move with the Department of Government Efficiency. And the announcement they just made? It's wild. So basically, thousands of government contracts just got completely wiped out. We're talking billions of dollars. Gone. A ton of big consulting firms got hit hard. Names like Deloitte, IBM, Accenture, Booz Allen, all had contracts canceled. Some of them had massive deals yanked, especially from places like the IRS. And a few of those projects were labeled things like transformation or modernization. That's not a great look. But here's the part that made everyone sit up. Palantir? Zero. Not one single cancellation. Still totally untouched. That's huge. In the middle of all this chaos, Palantir comes out looking like the gold standard. It's almost like a stamp of approval. We don't cut Palantir because it works. That says a lot about how the government views the value they're getting. While all these big players are being dropped left and right, Palantir's staying locked in, and that just screams efficiency and trust. And that kind of confidence? It's going to show up in the stock price sooner or later. When investors see that the company isn't just surviving but actually thriving while everyone else is getting cut, it builds serious bullish momentum. It adds another layer to the story. Not only is Palantir delivering cutting-edge tech, but it's also proving to be one of the most dependable and efficient partners out there. People notice that stuff. Institutions notice it. And when the market picks up on that kind of narrative, especially in a time when everyone's being super cautious, it can seriously fuel the next leg up. And what's crazy is, this whole thing actually made people even more bullish on Palantir, despite that recent little crash. Like, it didn't shake confidence at all. If anything, it fired people up even more. You've got all these other companies getting contracts slashed, while Palantir's sitting there untouched, looking rock solid. That kind of strength? It stands out. One analyst even dropped this bold take. He said, yeah, maybe Palantir dips again, tests the low 40s or so, but then boom, he sees it flying past 200. That's not a small move, that's massive. But it's not just wild guessing either. It's based on what we're seeing right now. The fundamentals, the momentum, the trust from big players like the government, and how Palantir keeps proving itself while others are slipping. Even with the recent correction, Palantir is still in a strong spot. The bulls aren't backing down. They're watching the chart, watching the headlines, and thinking, this could actually happen. And this might further hype up the bulls because the Palantir team just dropped something massive. On April 2nd, 2025, President Trump made a major announcement about applying tariffs to around 60 countries, and it's shaking things up globally. This is big news because it's not just about higher costs. It's about businesses needing to rethink their entire operations, their supply chains, and how they manage everything. And here's the kicker. Palantir is perfectly positioned to help companies handle this mess, turning these tariffs into an opportunity rather than a setback. Now, if you're thinking, okay, how does this tie into Palantir's price? Let me break it down. With all these tariffs being slapped on goods from all over the world, businesses are going to face huge challenges. They'll need to rework their pricing, their supply chains, and how they source products. And that's where Palantir's AI comes in. Their platform helps businesses figure out the best way to adjust their supply chains, model costs, and even forecast what's going to happen in the next few weeks or months. It's like having a crystal ball, but one that's powered by real-time data and AI. What's even crazier is that Palantir's tools can help companies react quickly and intelligently. Instead of scrambling to find new suppliers or adjust pricing strategies, businesses can use Palantir's AI to do all that heavy lifting. The system can immediately highlight the best course of action, whether that's finding new suppliers, adjusting product prices, or optimizing costs. And businesses that can adapt quickly to these changes will come out on top in the new global trading environment. So, let's talk about how this could push Palantir's price toward 200. With all the uncertainty around tariffs, businesses are going to be scrambling to find ways to stay ahead of the curve. And that's exactly what Palantir offers: speed, adaptability, and efficiency. When companies realize how crucial Palantir's platform is to surviving in this new world, they're going to want to get on board. And guess what? Investors are going to see that and start getting even more excited about Palantir's potential. The company's ability to help businesses navigate these complex challenges gives it a huge competitive advantage, and that's why the stock could easily soar. And looking at the long-term picture, it's looking like Palantir is seriously set up for a bright future. You know, there's this tweet from one CEO that really nails it. He said the unknown winners in the next few years are going to be the companies that can use AI to make their businesses more efficient and profitable. Those that figure it out will come out on top, while those that don't, well, they'll probably fall behind. And honestly, Palantir is exactly the kind of company that's going to be one of those winners. Their whole business model is built around using AI to help companies make smarter decisions, streamline operations, and adapt quickly to changes. Whether it's helping governments or businesses optimize their supply chains or forecast the impact of tariffs, Palantir's AI platform is already playing a huge role in making companies more efficient and competitive. Now, when you tie all this together with the stock price, it's clear that Palantir's potential is massive. The market is catching on to this, and as more and more companies realize they need AI to stay ahead, Palantir is in the perfect spot to capitalize on that demand. So, looking ahead, the chances of Palantir hitting that $200 mark seem more realistic, especially as AI becomes more integrated into businesses across all industries. The future is definitely looking up for Palantir. And what about today's price? Well, it definitely caught some folks off guard in the morning with a quick correction that looked like it could turn into something bigger. But nope, it didn't last. The stock found its footing and started climbing back up, slowly but surely, throughout the day. And here's the wild part. If you zoom out and take a look at larger charts, Palantir is still sitting way up there. We're talking about nearly doubling in value over that time. Even with today's brief pullback, it's holding strong near its recent highs. That kind of resilience is what gets people excited. There's real belief building around the company, around what it's doing with AI and data, and around the leadership. You can feel the optimism in the way investors talk about it. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money. So, don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.